Most people don't realize it, but a huge part of their life is spent trying to be approved. Approved by parents, approved by friends, approved by coworkers, approved by people who don't even think about them. And the strange part is the more approval you chase, the less free you feel. This is the story of the day he stopped chasing it. For most of his life, he did what was expected. He said the right things, agreed even when he didn't want to, smiled when something felt wrong, not because he was weak but because he wanted peace. Approval felt like safety. If people were happy with him, nothing could go wrong. Or so he thought. He walked through life on a carefully constructed path, one paved with other people's expectations. Every step was measured, every word was weighed. He believed this was the key to a harmonious existence, a life without conflict. But the silence he achieved wasn't peace. It was just the absence of his own voice. Over time, a pattern formed. He adjusted his opinions. Based on who was listening, he chose paths that looked acceptable instead of what felt honest. Every decision passed through one filter. What will they think? Slowly, without noticing. His life became quieter, but not calmer. The person he presented to the world was a collection of agreeable traits, a mosaic of other people's desires. He became an expert at reading the room, at anticipating needs, at becoming whatever was required in that moment. But the man behind the mask, the one with his own thoughts and dreams, started to fade. The quiet wasn't tranquility, it was emptiness. The cost didn't appear all at once. It showed up as hesitation, as overthinking, as constant self-doubt. He was always careful, but never confident, always busy, but never fulfilled. And the worst part? No one asked him to live this way. He chose it because approval felt easier than honesty. The price was paid in small increments, a deferred dream, an unspoken truth, a compromise on a value he once held dear. He was running a marathon to please an audience that was barely paying attention, and the exhaustion was setting in. He felt like an actor playing a role he had long forgotten how to escape, trapped in a performance of his own making. The turning point wasn't dramatic, no argument, no breakdown, just a quiet moment where he realized something uncomfortable. No matter how much approval he earned, it was never enough. There was always someone disappointed, always someone who disagreed, always another expectation. And suddenly, it became clear chasing approval is a game you can never win. It was a simple, profound truth that landed with the weight of a lifetime. He saw that he was on a treadmill, running faster and faster just to stay in the same place. The promise of finally arriving, of finally being enough for everyone, was a horizon that moved further away with every step he took. So he made a simple decision, not to become rude, not to rebel, not to stop caring completely, but to stop explaining himself, to stop saying yes when he meant no, to let people misunderstand him instead of betraying himself. It felt uncomfortable, awkward, risky, but also honest. He started small. He declined an invitation without a long excuse. He shared an opinion that wasn't the most popular one. Each act was a quiet rebellion, a reclaiming of his own space. It was terrifying, like stepping off a well-trodden path into an unknown forest, but for the first time, he felt the ground beneath his feet. Some people didn't like the change. Some distanced themselves. Some questioned him. But something else happened too. He felt lighter, clearer, more grounded. For the first time, his choices felt like his own. The world didn't fall apart. The people who mattered understood, or at least, they stayed. The ones who left were the ones who had only loved the version of him that existed to please them. And in the space they left, he found room to breathe. The day he stopped chasing approval, he didn't lose people, he found himself. And sometimes, that's the beginning of everything. If this felt familiar, you're not alone. Thanks for watching.